Hello YouTube! Today we're reacting to the overcomplicated gacha review, Love and Deepspace. This is by Psyche, I believe that's how you say their name. I'm not gonna lie, that thumbnail caught my eye. Peak thumbnail. Title is also interesting, you know. I've seen it a bunch of times actually, but I was always like, I'll watch that at some point. I'll watch that at some point. And you know what? Fuck it. Today I'm like, Love and Deepspace video. This is the most interesting video I saw. So yeah, we gonna watch it. Anyways, let's see what they got. Let's see what they got.
Features an all-male cast.
Okay.
Now I know I just lost 90% of my viewers in the first 5 seconds, but hear me out. This game is pretty cool. In the age where the gacha market is dominated by those with either a mixed or all-female roster, one title stands towering above the rest. Love and Deepspace, often abbreviated as LADS, is an otome gacha game that has seen record-breaking popularity in the past year. Who could have guessed that this game would unexpectedly compete with the likes of Hoyoverse? And even more unexpectedly, I played it for a month.
It's a good game!
And after getting to know the different love interests and the gameplay, I want to do a deep dive from its presentation to the gacha system, what makes it click, and is it any good? This is my first time covering an otome game.
I just think it's funny that I genuinely want him to give a good review of the game. I'm so biased right now. I'm like, yeah, tell me how great it is. I played it for 9 months. I didn't think I was going to play this long, but here we are. I'm so excited.
In a nutshell, this genre is geared towards a female audience.
To
set the record straight, I understand that this game is clearly not designed for me. I identify as a heterosexual man. I like seeing some booba as much as the next guy, but I'm often reminded of this saying from my childhood idol, Filthy Frank.
You gotta be comfortable with your own sexuality, and you gotta embrace the dicks, man. You gotta say hello. I am here for you, and I'm not gonna pop a boner.
Love and Deepspace is
That's real.
Vod Games, a studio that may seem
some real
new,
shit,
but has actually been in the mobile games industry for a while. They're known for the Nikki series of dress-up games, as well as the otome game Mr. Love, Queen's Choice.
Oh, I heard about
LADS is actually just the indirect sequel to it because the name of the previous game, when directly translated from Chinese, becomes Love and Producer. Infold, sometimes translated as Paper Games, arguably brought the otome genre to the Chinese audience, with Love and Deepspace being the first 3D dating simulator gacha game to come out. There have been many other attempts to break into this niche market, with Mr. Love having some degree of success and other publishers trying to butt in, such as Tencent Games' Light and Night, or even Hoyoverse with Tears of Temis. Even then,
they don't know Love and Deepspace though.
Push the bar even higher. These guys have been on fire recently. I didn't even mention their newest release, Infinity Nikki, which is sort of a dress-up game where you pull.
Isn't that the game you just said, or am I tripping? Am I confused here? Oh well. Hi Jazzy, what's up, dude?
For costumes while exploring an open world. I've never played it myself, but it is coming out to PC soon.
Oh, this is
Deepspace released worldwide in January of last year, making its runtime just over 1 year. I held off on reviewing the title for a while because 1. I usually wait at least a year before reviewing a game in a long-form video, and 2.
Honestly, respect.
This
That's
game
good.
is only
That's
available
good YouTube,
on mobile devices, so my
commentary
5-year-old iPhone 11 just wasn't gonna cut it anymore. And any emulator I used had some lag and glitchy visuals that it kind of compromises the whole experience. I don't know if this game will be released on PC, but part of me doesn't believe so. I actually bought a new phone, the Red Magic 10 Plus, with the sponsor money I gathered lately, installed it on there, and that's
honestly,
what
this dude
me to
is determined.
kick off making this
Very
video.
respectful.
One of the most noticeable traits in the game is its impressive visuals. Running the game on anything that's not the highest quality will be doing it a disservice. Anyways, now that we're here, what's the game about? In a fictional setting called Lincoln City, dangerous monsters called Wanderers, manifesting from an energy of sorts called Metaflux, started to terrorize the inhabitants. In response, the Hunters Association was formed to train and deploy those capable enough to extract the protocores from said
Dude, I forgot about this guy. It's been
eliminate
so
them.
long. Holy
Shown
shit.
that she has a lot of potential for growth, the main character, often abbreviated as MC, is one such deep space hunter.
Wait, hold up. How do you make his MC look like?
C is one such deep thumb. Shown that she has a lot of potential for growth.
Why you make her look like that, bro?
The main character,
he did not do her fucking justice at all.
One such deep space hunter trained by the association. Onto character creation. Unfortunately, as per usual with otome games, you are forced to play a female protagonist. So you can't get a little bit of that BL action. You can freely customize your avatar and, Wow,
What's up,
there's
Barry? Oh my
actually quite a lot of
fucking
options
god.
to choose from.
What the fuck?
After a while, I completed my masterpiece.
Ew, get that shit out of my
Perfect.
goddamn
You can tell
screen,
she's gonna
bro.
be very popular with boys. The main story sort of goes over the MC's life as a hunter and daily
I say
activities
just
within the
crazy.
city. The game tries to put equal emphasis on each of the potential love interests to see which one you like the most. As of recording this, there are currently 5 possible love interests that you can pick from. I say this because at launch,
My
there were
glorious
only
King
3.
Zane.
There's likely going to be a 6th one that will be released sometime later. Anyways, you meet Xavier first while on a mission at an abandoned research facility. He's more of a down-to-earth kind of guy, very caring, slightly awkward at first, but opens up and becomes more expressive as you get to know him.
Dude does
Just
not
like
open
the
up
protagonist,
at
he is
all.
also a skilled hunter. Dr. Zane has been taking care of the protagonist
Woo,
since they were
Zane!
just kids. He's the unwavering, stone-faced type that barely gives away his personality from the surface, but behind the mask lies many secrets for you to discover. Raphael is a famed artist that acts with an outwardly friendly tone. He speaks like a poet, openly teases the protagonist, and hires her to be a personal bodyguard. Silas is the leader of a mysterious faction that deals in shady trades, and is the most seductive man alive.
Yeah, quite literally, bro.
Take me, you'll need more than that.
Lord have mercy.
He carries an arrogant and dominant tone and always puts on a poker face. You meet him later in the story, as he was one of the love interests that was added post-launch. Of course, it's not a dating sim unless you top it up with the childhood friend, and Caleb is that candidate. Growing up with your adoptive grandparent, you have gone through your early days together. However, as the MC returns home one day, all of a sudden...
BAM!
Eventually, you reunite with Caleb, now as a ruthless colonel of an influential fleet, and you realize that the endearing childhood friend is not so endearing anymore. Worth mentioning that the names of the love interests are localized to the respective regions. My guess on why they did this is that the names that one's culture is familiar with just sounds more attractive. The gameplay, on the other hand, is, well, debatable whether or not certain modes or features count as gameplay. Love in Deepspace is at core a dating sim. It has a heavy focus on customization and cosmetics. Going on dates or virtual text messages can be considered just interactive fluff,
I can't get over
but
how
you can
she
also
looks.
see it as gameplay if you want. What is most definitely gameplay is the 3D brawler portion. You will select a weapon and a companion to bring into combat.
Bro.
There's quite a roster of weapons to choose.
Why does she... Yo, that angers me, bro. She pisses me off the way that she looks. Bro, she's so goofy.
Choose from, with some requiring
She's
more
so
manual play than
goofy!
others. You can then pick one of the boys to
I need
help
this
you
skin
out.
so bad, bro.
The companion is one of the 5 existing love interests in a specific form. You will then bring up to 6 memory cards belonging to
Oh my
that
god,
love
I remember when I
interest.
first started the game, it was
Companions
like
are
that.
unlocked
Wow,
when you
what
own
a
certain
throwback.
combinations of memories. These are the things that you pull in the gacha, and the configuration can fit 2 solar and 4 lunar memories. They each give passive stat boosts and a skill. Each memory is also aligned with a stalactrum. There is 6 in total, and these basically serves as an element system of sorts. There's no innate elemental advantage mechanic, but in the sorting menu of most levels, there is a bonus if you're able to bring in a team matching the requirement. This is not an open world game, so the battlefield is your typical circular arena with a time limit. It plays relatively similar to Genshin. You got your basic attack and skill matching that of your weapon, your companion gives a resonance skill when you attack together, the Ardent Oath, which is literally just the ult skill, and a support skill. Enemy attacks are generally telegraphed, and dashing gives iframes. You lose when either yours or your companion's health runs out. I gotta say, this is kinda hit or miss, since during some attempts, your companion gains sentience and actually learns how to dodge, so sometimes you just have a better chance of winning. It's really not the most complex system out there.
I feel like the fighting is relatively good. I mean, like, my characters never really die unless you put it like on auto and like you're under level like crazy. I feel like in general it's pretty. I feel like the combat's pretty nice. I think it's smooth. I think it's good.
But to be fair, this is a dating sim. The majority of development resources are allocated elsewhere. What is a noticeable mechanic is the break bar. Most enemies in the game have them, indicated by the number of icons below their health called the Protocore Shield. Whenever you use your resonance skill, a break icon is removed. When all of them are taken out, the enemy enters a weakened state and you temporarily deal more damage. It sounds simple, but the catch here is that if you manage to match the Stalactrum requirements of the level, you break double the amount of shields with your skill. This means enemies will enter the weakened state twice as frequently, so it's kind of a big deal. Some of the later levels tend to have strict requirements, so it becomes hard to match them to gain the buff until you got a good roster going. The only problem here is that each of the love interests have their own primary stalactrums, meaning that their memory cards are much more likely to lean towards 2 or 3 colors. For example, Raphael's primary stalactrums are violet and pearl, with sapphire being pretty rare. If a level wants 3 sapphires, then you're likely gonna have some trouble clearing the stage with Raphael.
That's why fucking stupid Silas doesn't want to ever get any fucking green cards, make me crash out.
You might have to build a comp with Zane instead. Except that would entail leveling and ascending 6 other memories belonging to Zane. In terms of the 3D action brawler gameplay modes, everything is packaged into the battle section. There's the usual repeatable levels for farming gold, XP vials, and ascension materials. Each boss has a slightly different gimmick for you to play with, and it's relatively straightforward as you progress. Autoplay does exist in the game, and the AI is actually smart enough to do the boss gimmicks, like how this challenge wants you to collect all the floating letters before they reach the boss to stun it. The AI doesn't play the most optimally, but it's there. Sweeping unlocks when you beat a level for the first time, and you don't even need to get a 3-star clear. If you thought this game doesn't have RNG artifacts, you'd be wrong. The core hunt section is where you can farm for...
This is like the worst part of the game, bro, literally. The fucking RNG is so painful, especially just understanding them is so fucking painful. I feel like no matter how much I play it, I can never properly understand it. It is baffling. Me and blue, yeah, yellow's name, but he is the most strongest. Bro, it's like Silas with, I think, blue cards. No, not blue, I think red cards. I don't think he has any red cards. But he doesn't really have any greens either. Well, the thing is, he does, but it's the sovereign one, and I fucking missed out on the sovereign one. So now I can't even fucking, like, if I see green, automatic loss. Like, it has to be pink purple. If it's not pink purple, GG, time to wrap it up. Maybe I can make blue work, potentially, but, like, it has to be pink. Yeah, protocol gunning is disgusting, dude. Ugh. Yeah, I'm excited for it to come back, though.
Each stalactrum. They're separated into 3 different pairs, and solar/lunar memories use different variants. Solar memories use alpha and beta cores, while the lunar ones use gamma and delta. They have their own substats, and can be leveled up to 15. I guess even Otome games can't escape the wrath of the artifact grind. For whatever reason, each of the 3 core pair farming modes only open on select days. This is honestly one of the most stupid mechanics in the gacha.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, low-key,
just make
why?
all farming-related stages open all at once. There's no point to a game doing this aside from artificially prolonging the grind. Anyways,
oh my god, oh dude, Loki has such a good point, because it really does just like it makes it longer for no reason. You don't get any type of benefit from waiting an extra day. It's kind of like with the combat, where like every character has it available only on certain days. I feel like, bro, just like let me fucking, if I could beat the level, let me beat the fucking level. But I don't know. I guess maybe there's... No, it's like I said. It just fucking artificially prolongs the game. That's really about it. Is that the same problem in Genshin right now? Oh, dude, they have the same thing? It's dumb, dude. Like I understand they want us to spend more and blah, blah this, blah, blah that. But like, yo, come on, bro. You guys are already like the #1 selling game, gacha game at this point. Like, have some type of mercy, bro. At least like free up where like, I should do combat whenever the fuck I want.
Base Trial, a permanent challenge mode that increases difficulty the higher you go. You may only bring memories belonging to a specific love interest for each of them, aside from the one that's always available. I don't really have a problem with locking certain tracks on specific days, since this is more of an optional challenge mode. There is the Hunter's Trial for late game players. It resets per season, and you will lock in 3 different teams to tackle a set of stages. You can technically use the same companion to do all 3, but that's assuming you have enough cards to fill 3 whole teams. There's also a roguelike mode where you collect buffs and currency to fight a major stage at the end. You can collect permanent upgrades, and the rewards will reset once in a while. Now, given that this is a dating sim, there's gonna be other ways to interact and spend time with the love interests. It depends on you if you count the casual minigames as the core gameplay, but I'll cover all that in a future section. I'm unsure about Infold's track record regarding this topic, but Love and Deepspace does player engagement disgustingly well. First, the stamina system fills up to 120 units. Each unit takes 6 minutes to refill, meaning a full charge is 12 hours exactly. This means that logging in twice a day is not a suggestion. You kinda have to do it to maximize your account. Otherwise, you'll be running on 50% efficiency. You can get bonus stamina if you log in at specific times in a day up to
Yeah, it really does do a good job.
once in the afternoon and once in the evening. To be fair,
This
this is not the
Sego
only
Nuvi, as I
game I've
say.
seen that
What's
does
up,
this,
leave it a follow.
but the stamina system is one of the stricter ones I've seen. For example, in Path to Nowhere, you just have to log in at the end of the day to claim both instances of bonus stamina. But here, a 4-hour window
Yeah,
is
you don't
pretty
really have
specific.
a... Yeah.
It's not that bad since you can just sweep some levels, but this is one game you'll definitely want to log in twice a day. Dailies are relatively easy to do, and once you find a flow to it, you can knock it out in a couple minutes. But what can you farm with stamina? Well, a lot of things. Memories can be leveled to 80, but the road to getting there takes a very long time.
Yep.
Ascension materials are farmed separately, but luckily there's only 6 materials to farm, so it's really just a waiting game before you have enough. The cores also require their separate material to upgrade, and new substats will appear when you reach certain level thresholds.
Thank you, Janos.
Memory
Appreciate it,
cards
man.
can also be
Appreciate
limit
it.
broken up to 3 additional times, each time boosting that card's stats slightly. You can also increase affection with each of the boys. You can do this a multitude of
I think
ways,
affection actually
such as
levels
just
them up
reading
as well,
and
right? Makes
responding
them
to
stronger,
text
if I'm not
messages,
mistaken.
pulling memory cards belonging to them from the gacha, or spending time with them playing minigames. You unlock different cosmetics and other features with them as it goes up. Most
Yeah,
of it I'll
okay.
go over later. Given the short time limit, I decided to devote my attention to Raphael because he really likes appearing in the gacha for some reason, so his affection was naturally the highest. Overall, I would be lying if I said the game doesn't feel grindy at times. Some of the Ascension material requirements are ludicrously expensive, and I've seen some players even suggest not maxing cards out due to just not having enough time and resources.
Yeah,
this
no,
game
exactly.
tends to pump out
I remember when I first started playing, what's it called? I went to go get all of the 1-star cards, so the 3-star cards to level 20, and I was like, okay, this is like not too bad. A lot of people were like, bro, like you should have spent. It's probably better off just like leveling up another card to like 50. Because I was thinking like, oh, well, at least I could get the gems, but like all those resources for gems just does not make it make sense at all. And then even like the 4-star cards, like I leveled up some of them to like 60. Some people were like, nah, bro, like again, it's better to just get them level 80. So probably why everyone freaks out about what you level up. Yeah, people are just like super, like it's like, it's not efficient. It's not efficient. Like you should do this instead. You should do that instead. Same thing with this here with the characters guaranteed within 50 pulls. I remember I'd like spend like a whole bunch, like I'd like buy, I think, oh yeah, I was using gems to get these here. And a lot of people were like, no, bro, like trust me, like you'll cross it at some point and you're just gonna have, like it's gonna be a massive waste. And I'm like, it's probably gonna take forever. I've hit that threshold like 2-3 months ago now. And I've just been sitting here like not getting any type of bonuses that, you know, I could have used on the other ones. So I'm just like, damn.
new memories at a pretty fast pace, so the free-to-play economy isn't the best. Let's talk about that. In terms of the gacha, you will pull for each of the love interest's memory cards. The rarity ranges from 3 to 5 stars. 5 stars have a base chance of 1% of dropping. Below average if you ask me.
Really?
Rate Up has the 50-50 mechanic where it's possible to get spooked, but the next time you pull a 5-star is guaranteed to be the Rate Up memory. 4 stars have a 7% chance of dropping, with every 10 pull guaranteeing at least 1 drop. There is a hard pity counter of 70 before a 5-star is guaranteed, with a soft pity starting at 60, where each subsequent pull increasing the drop chance by 10%. Each pull costs 150 red gems, so if we were to use an average of 65 pulls for a 5-star, assuming we lose the 50-50, that would equate to about 19,500 gems to guarantee a rate-up memory of your choice.
God damn.
Pity does carry over assuming it's the same banner type. There's
German
also the
spirits.
quadruple banners.
Oh, that's
I
the
guess
cat
now
one.
it will be quintuple.
I guess we're talking about.
But anyways, all of the love
Ah, there
interests
they are.
will have a new memory released at the same time, all featured on the same banner. You can then choose the 3 that you want, in which case they'll have a higher chance of dropping, and a precise target in case the first 5-star obtained is not your target, so that the next one will guarantee it. Unless you're a whale, you're probably gonna have to pick and choose who to get here.
Oh, God.
Given that memory cards are representations of a particular love
Those
interest,
cats- yeah, they
aside
had
from
cat
giving
ones,
some
yeah.
stats and looking pretty, what do they actually do? Well, the 3 stars are clearly the fodder placeholders. You get a static render image and that's it. Let's be honest, nobody cares about these. Maybe you bring one to match the Celastrum requirements, but that's it. 4 stars, when pulled, unlocks an audio diary of sorts that introduces a mini scenario with the MC. This can really be about anything, but the art on the card will give a clue on what it is. I'm pretty surprised that all of these are voice acted, so you gotta appreciate the effort that went on there. The 5 stars are the magnum opus, the cream of the crop. Not only is the card fully animated, you also get a separate story mode pertaining to that card. These are of course also fully voice acted. Unfortunately, only a small subset of 5-star memories are permanent, while most of them will require a rerun to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that the banners can sometimes do is called cumulative pull rewards. Basically, a way to reward a player for committing pulls on a banner a certain amount of time.
I think this is one of the better ones, because at least this way you don't have to spend as much. Like for example, like today when with the Zane ones, and then they gave me like 20 free ones. Or actually no, just today when they gave me the 12, I think I pulled 40 times, and they gave me 12 free ones. I'm like, at least it saves me a little bit of points. I think that's kind of nice. Hi EP, what's up, dude? I need my Zane Cat Butler. Good luck, man. I don't know when the hell that shit's coming back. But yeah, I like it when they do this. I'm hoping I'd like it if they did this for every single one of them, but like I said, I don't know. I guess they're not making enough money.
10 pulls or something. While I've seen similar mechanics in other gachas too, Love and Deepspace takes it one step further and adds cosmetic items to the reward track.
Yeah,
if you ask me, this is pretty disgusting. What it does is tempt players to pull on a banner even if they don't have any interest in the rate-up targets.
Oh yeah,
even
good
if said
point.
Cosmetics are added to a permanent shop later, this is a dating sim where cosmetics play a big role for many players. So I sincerely hope this practice doesn't become more widespread. In terms of monetization, Lats has one of the most effective mobile game approaches.
Also, I remember a bunch of times, I think it was the wedding one. So many people were telling me, like, well, don't you want the Xavier wedding dress? Or like, I was like, no, like, I don't. Like, it's like, that's still 40 pulls away. I think it was like 30 pulls away, and I was like, maybe it was the Xavier, I don't know. But I just remember that conversation, and I was like, damn, people are willing to spend an extra 30 tickets just on like an accessory. I'm like, that is insane. So, I don't know. Like, I guess in a way, to me, I was always thinking about it more from a perspective of, oh, well, you know, it's bonus content that you can get. You know, like, oh, cool. Like, you're going to pull this much anyways. You might as well get rewarded for it. So I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. When you put it that way, it's like people might just want specifically something, and then they'll spend extra. So, man, I guess, yeah, except they're like, they love size. Like, I want all of that shit. They'd like spend extra on it, you know?
Approaches. The Aurum Pass, basically just the 30-day supply, gives diamonds and stamina every
I personally
day.
think this is good.
Not to
We'll see if
mention,
he
according
disagrees.
to the description, it grants plus 50 to max stamina, making your logins more flexible. This is honestly a pretty good deal for $5.
Yeah,
A battle pass with a premium track for $10 that lets you pick one from 2 maxed out 4-star memories. Pretty typical stuff so far. Opening up the other tabs in the cash shop is where the floodgates open. You can top up purple gems that can be converted to red gems, meaning that it's not possible to get purple gems unless you spend money. You can also buy outfits and accessories for the MC as well as the love interests. This can range between just a few bucks and $20. $20 skins have by this point been normalized in gaming. Do I think they're worth it? Hell no. But you can buy it if you want. Something else I found pretty fascinating as I was
$20 is crazy.
the game was the VIP system. Basically, once you spend enough money on the game, you will be classified as a VIP, separated by different tiers. According to this post, to qualify for the first tier, you'll need to spend around $700 after
I heard
converting
about
from Chinese
this.
yuan. Once you're on the list, you'll get personalized customer support, and supposedly after VIP 2 and onwards, you'll receive a physical package delivered to you that contains a plushie, a postcard, and a handwritten letter by one of the love interests. In case you need a
that's pretty
reminder,
cool.
The entry fee for VIP 2
what? Oh, okay, Oh, I read 15,000. I think I might be close to VIP 1. I think I spent about like 400 on the game, 500 on the game. 2100 is baffling, bro. I want to see what the hell VIP 4 is. What the fuck? Dude, a handwritten letter. Oh, dude, a handwritten letter by Zane is so parasocial. Wait, does anyone in chat have any of these by any chance? I know some of y'all be spending a lot of money. Is anyone close to this? Has anyone gotten this? Oh my god. This.
onwards is $2,100. That's one expensive letter. This program first got rolled out in China, but other regions have started to receive VIP invitations as well. By all means, this is just a nifty way to show appreciation for certain players' dedication to the
Yeah,
game.
fair enough.
Some may argue that receiving special service only after spending a certain amount of money on a game is kinda scummy, though I myself don't really have a problem with it. But something I fear is how the VIP system can be held as a status symbol. Infold is a genius for coming up with this, because not only can VIPs present themselves on a pedestal, towering over those puny free-to-plays that don't get special treatment, it is also a very effective way to nudge non-VIPs to spend more. They got this cool thing that you don't, and that can make you feel left out.
Yeah.
This effectively becomes FOMO on a much larger scale.
Yeah.
Well, no one
That's like a
deserves to be
10K
stigmatized
FOMO,
on
bro.
how much money they spend on a game. Do not ever let this VIP status alienate you on how you should be playing it either. My overall impressions of the gacha and monetization is on the stingier side. The speed in which new banners are released will outpace free-to-play income, meaning that you really have to pick and choose your targets.
Yeah,
The cash
100%.
out packs pull out a lot of stops in limiting and tempting.
I think that's the main thing. I remember before I started spending on money on the game, people would always tell me like, "Yo, Phoenixx, like pick your pulls, like stop just buying whatever." Luckily, I got into the creator program, so I've been able to spend, like I've been able to get pretty much everything at this point. But if I didn't get to like the 130k gems like a month, sorry, not 100. Whoa, my fault. 13,000 gems a month. I wouldn't be able to get like half the stuff that I'm getting. That's the only way. To be able to open this video and this. Oh my god, bro! I gotta find out who these people are, bro. I gotta get them to be in love with me. I'm like, I'll be your love interest, please. Just $100. That's all I need. I don't need more than that. I don't need 1,000. I don't need 5 cents. Give me 100, bro. I'm here. I'm here for it. That is crazy.
Players to commit resources. From its cumulative pull rewards to paid cosmetics, there's almost always something to challenge your temptation. To my understanding, otome gacha games have historically always been on the stingier side, so I can't really say Infold is breaking new grounds here.
Okay.
Arguably, even though the game is not the most predatory I've seen, it makes a lot of money due to the nature of where it stands in the gacha market. So let's talk about that next.
Very parasocial.
As a mobile game, I was speechless at the sheer amount of quality, effort, and attention not just to the cutscene animations, but also creating some of the most believable, lifelike personalities of the love interest.
For sure, the
Each
dialogue
of
is
the
also
boys feel
fantastic.
extremely fleshed out in how they're characterized. There's subtle and not so subtle hints as to who they are as a person. For example, in Zane's date event, we can see that he's a picky eater, or how Raphael has a disdain for cats. Even if it's just a simple conversation, the character avatars look natural and move with a level of fluidity unmatched in a mobile game.
For sure.
Yes, I sometimes can't even believe that these are mobile game graphics. The character textures,
it's
from
really
facial
good.
blemishes to the
Can I say, genuinely, after I played this game, I feel like every mobile game I tried playing after, I was just extremely disappointed. Because I'm like, what the hell do you mean it's not as good as this? Like, I'm trying to remember what the game was. I think it was like, I played like Battle Cars on stream, something like that. Granted, it's nothing like this. But like when I played, I was like, yo, what the hell is this garbage ass fucking mobile game? Like, what? I was like almost like disgusted by the lack of quality. This game is so good. Maple, thank you for the follow. What's up, girly? How you doing? When we're just taking notes, man. They most definitely
veins
do.
on the back of their hands, each of the love interests have been carefully constructed with even the smallest details put into consideration. At the end of the day, I just want to remind everyone that this is a free game. As a dating sim, you bet there's gonna be many ways to interact with a gentleman. You can give the claw machine a try, where your guy will try to snatch one of the toys you want. You can lightly encourage him by tapping him on the shoulder. I don't really know if this does anything, but in case you had enough and want to give it a try yourself, you can do that too. Kitty Cards is a simple card game where you try to match the cards of the same color to the respective cup. Your goal is to end with more points than your opponent. You can earn these little chocolate things that can be used in the shop when you play these minigames. As you unlock poses and other cosmetics, you can take a photo together with a particular love interest in the studio. I never got too deep into this, as I prefer not to play a horror game. You can customize the desk dedicated to each of the boys with furniture, pictures you've taken together, and even the plushies you won at the claw machine. These fine gentlemen will also act as your personal confidant while in the main menu, and there's a wide selection of things you can discuss, such as how your day went, any good or bad news.
Dude, real quick, I completely forgot you could even switch the background. I've been stuck on mine for so long, I forgot there was multiple options. Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Also, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing great. Hi, Adira. What's up, dude? You can actually tap anywhere. Oh, trust me, I know. When he's talking about you can tap him on the shoulder, I'm like, that's not the only place you can tap him. You can tap that ass. As I say, as a straight man. Anyways, hi, Willow. What's up, dude? Can you see the government girl pose again? Ah, bro,
Or
isn't she
simply
so
idle
gorgeous?
chatter. You can ask them to set a reminder for something while specifying the time and interval, track your period cycles, I probably won't have much use for that, or just pat them on the head or something. Your options increase as the affection level rises. This is honestly very elaborate and detailed. It's
a lot of effort.
Experience
It's
never
very
seen
well
in
made.
a game before. Raising affection levels also unlock bond cutscenes.
It's like the, what's it called? The period tracker? How there's like that one meme where it was like Silas like tracked the period faster than like an actual period tracking app. And like that is like genuinely impressive at that point.
These are fully animated and voice acted too. Similarly to the 5-star cards, they feature a fully fledged side story. As for the SSR memory stories, unfortunately you can't view them unless you own the card. A shame, really. I heard some of the myth cards are pretty good. These are essentially the love interests reimagined in a different era and setting, but at least you can view it online somewhere. There are other random events that can occur while playing. One such feature is the text messaging system.
Texting is also, dude, it is shocking how much dialogue there is on this.
Or an extremely minor feature. Here though, technology is much more advanced. You can select a series of replies whenever one of the boys messages you, and they will reply back with their own subtle quirks. Supposedly, the fact that they read and reply instantly is a sign of their dedication to the protagonist. But come on, nobody reads and replies to my messages that quickly in real life, so I know this can't be realistic. Still, there's a lot of scenarios for this messaging system, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone at Infold specifically tasked with coming up with new message exchanges every day. You may also receive a call. Again, this does nothing gameplay-wise, but it just cements the realism and shows how your bond with the love interests have deepened. Love in Deepspace has the perfect blend of high-quality animations and features that sells the dating sim experience. Infold's ability to create emotional attachment and realism is honestly unmatched compared to the vast majority of gacha games I've seen. It's super weird that even after many years of good
Brother, what the hell?
there's not a single equivalent of this geared towards a male audience. At the same time,
bro, this, I swear to God, dude, if they made a Love and Deepspace for women, bro, it would be over, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I would genuinely be so concerned for like men's mental health at that point. Cause it's like, bro, they'll just like, I'm not gonna lie, man. Shout out to men and all, but I think men are a lot more terrifying when it comes to obsessing over people. And I feel like, well, obviously because, you know, we're stronger and shit, like bigger or whatever. So it's like, holy fuck, man. Like imagine they find someone that like reminds them of like in game, bro, they're just gonna lose their fucking minds. But I said, because like this gacha, the horny gacha games are like, okay, they're cool and all, nice. Characters titties are fucking juggling all over the place. But it's like, you know, like that's nice and all, but like, okay, cool, you gooned, and then congrats, you've gooned, now what? Like that's it. I think it's a lot more fun when it's like actually like a character like you can actually enjoy. Hi Gara, what's up, dude?
This
Hello.
game is in a very unique position. When Genshin Impact first launched in 2020, it redefined the quality that gacha games had, and was able to be on the forefront of the genre for a couple years. While otome games have always existed with a niche audience, nothing like this has been achieved before. It can get away with being stingy and predatory, because there's just no alternative to it at the moment.
That is true.
It's able to expand its influence unchecked without any competition. And it makes me
true.
wonder how long it's gonna take before some other company sees the potential and tries to butt heads with Infold on the genre. One last topic I want to cover is
This
how
was almost
Last
2
has
years.
handled events in the past year. Surprisingly, it performs pretty well there
I'd
too.
say it's pretty good.
Events
There's a
are
lot of
done in a
content.
pretty consistent manner, almost too consistent.
That is also true, yes.
Since
It's kind
the
of
game has
almost
been live
like
for a year,
cycling
I want to
again
take
and
a
again
look
and again.
at their track record so far. Usually, modern gachas do 2
think that's
week
why I
cycles
get, like,
with
kind
the
of
bigger events, maybe
bored
lasting
to
3
some
weeks
extent.
to a month.
For
I
some
would say
parts.
you're getting exactly that. Events typically contain a story mode and a minigame portion. To be fair, some of these minigames are actually pretty well made, like a
That's also
recreation
true.
of Subway servers. Perfect. Let me just run 2 of those on the screen to gauge my Gen Alpha audience. Also, I got pretty distracted playing this grocery restocking minigame
God,
because it's actually
fuck
kind of
this
fun.
game, dude.
However, in terms of reruns, you won't find much of that so far. A big percentage of the memories in the game are limited, and aside from one rerun banner that only happened recently on Raphael's birthday, there hasn't been much activity in that regard. Events, aside from a few permanent minor ones, have also not received any reruns. It's going the Genshin route, and it's something that I generally don't like. Some of the games I've played in the past have handled this a lot better, either by just making past events permanent or having a planned rerun. I probably don't need to
Past
explain
events
this,
permanent
but a
is
lack
nice.
of memories or event reruns means that it feeds in FOMO. If you don't get this thing now,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
might not
But I
see it
missed
for
the
a very
Lumiere
long time.
rerun, and
From
now I'm
what
like,
I've seen,
fuck,
both
man.
events and banners
How long
are
is it gonna
slightly
take?
more time sensitive versus some of the other gachas I've played. Still, if you jumped in today, there's a consistent stream of new content to play with, as long as you can withstand a stingier gacha income or lack of reruns.
Yeah.
Info Studio found a gap in the market, a treasure trove that very few were able to capture. Not only is the game a massive success in terms of otome games, but a massive success as a gacha game in general. Its unparalleled quality in animation and world building that are sometimes unbelievable on a mobile device. Just like the case with Genshin, Love and Deepspace will continue to be on the front page for otome gacha games for the foreseeable future, or until some company is daring enough to try and compete. All the features in the game are meticulously designed to retain and monetize its players. From the strict stamina and logins, the simple yet grindy nature of account progression, the stingy gacha, the VIP system, the paid cosmetics, the infrequent nature of reruns, all the way to the
Yeah,
rapidly
right, bro.
changing
Ray, you
events,
got lucky, man.
Love and
I wish I
Deepspace
did the same
embodies
thing.
what a mobile game company wishes what they can achieve. It is a disgustingly well-made mobile game.
I agree.
Thank you for tuning into the review. If you want to stick around for more over-analyzed gacha content, you know what to do. If you have suggestions on which game to review next, also let me know as well. As always, thank you for watching, and have fun out there.
Yeah, man, good video. That was genuinely really fucking well made. You know, very good research. Dude played it. He's talking about how he usually plays the game for a year, which is also very fucking respectable. Like I said, honestly, if you guys ever wanted to watch, get reviews for gacha games, I would say this guy is definitely on top of shit.